It's really, really great to be here, and I was on time today. You know, I was looking at this poster, and it says, building character and staging success, and I thought, it reminded me of when I made a very dramatic presentation to my family at 8 years old where I said, I'm going to be an actor. And it was their way to not say no, it was their way to ask, well, how? Because if you run into trouble, maybe you'll find a different way, because I don't think any parent wants their child to be an actor. But Walden was the way. And the funny thing is I appreciate you saying that I was self-motivated, and I was. It's like an Olympic athlete, like who's been training since they were a kid. You know, if you're lucky enough to be born with passion, and someone is there to be to give it some attention and some care, there's nothing in the world you can't have. You know, the things that I was saying to Charlie, like you could do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner thing for Walden every day of the month, and I would say something different. But there are two things that I feel inspired to say today. Charlie and Walden hand you a character, a stranger, covered in dust. It's your job to research where they come from, what period of time they're living in, how they move, how they walk from head to toe. With every piece of research you do, you sort of dust them off, and you give them a heartbeat. And you lend them your body and your heart and your empathy, and your passion like becomes theirs. You sort of disappear. And I think for this age, you know, the age group that they offer, there's nothing better. There's nothing better to cultivate a real sense of empathy and understanding for another human being. Yes, your SAT scores will improve and grades will improve, and you'll become better at reading and understanding literature, but you will become a better person with a better moral center. You'll treat people differently. That's the part where I think that you really build characters. Your own character is revealed through them. The second thing that I want to talk about is I remember the auditions too. I don't remember it like that. I don't remember it happening like that. What I remember is being in one of the rooms upstairs, and you know, every class we would get maybe, you know, a few minutes. You'd carve out a section of class for the seniors who were going to audition, and everybody would sort of hold up a mirror to you with their notes. So whatever you think that you're translating, you see how it's actually landing, and that's why I went to those auditions and felt untouchable, because I'd done my research and I felt prepared. So they like it or they don't, and that's their business, but I know my business, you know? And that's something that I've taken with me through my whole career. You'll hear actors, if you choose to do it, you'll hear, even if you're doing something totally different, there's always going to be a business interview. So if you're not going to do it, you know, for a career, then it will translate. But for me, I've listened to actors complain about auditioning nonstop, especially in the waiting room, which is so silly. But I love it. I love it because I knew I had to do it. If you want a job, you have to do it, so why not love it? And I think the best part about it is I'm more prepared than anyone. I just know it, because I will think of what's the thing this person's going to see 100 times today, and how can I make it brand new for them? And like, I think that's one of the greatest gifts I have. One thing leads to the next. I was prepared and ready to go into Juilliard, but beyond that I knew nothing. And that's one thing that I took into my career after school that had nothing to do with school. I was confused when I left school. But I owe everything to Walden. Walden was my how. And anyone who would be on the fence about sending their son or their daughter to Walden, nothing bad could happen there. Only good. I'm really grateful to be here today. It's so wonderful to be around you, and I can't wait to see the rehearsal later. So, thanks.